Hello, guys. James here. Well, remember that Dow situation and Ringo situation, and it's now it's the thing about you know a certain group of people like Ringo and different individuals are going out to purchase some land. Well, a couple commentators have some interesting points about, and none of these people know each other. None of these people don't. They just tune into, but they're just gonna give what was laid on their spirit, their heart to say. But it's all biblical, and we're gonna see where it goes from here. But it's this woman.
Party for 50 people. Before the party is over, somebody dead. We as a people cannot come together. And the first thing we want to look at, oh, the white people do. People are so hung up on what the white man does to where they can't see that their tribe is a rotten mess. Because their hands is pointing there and the finger is turning to them. They can't see that their own tribe is a hot mess. So when I see these guys and they all come together and they all eager to bring other people in, and I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm saying that would be a perfect setup. A perfect setup for a homestead for people to come. Perfect. I see it in Arizona. I see it in Colorado. I see it in different locations where they come together. And not our kind, even though they come too. It's for people who van life. It's been hundreds of them coming together. No, you won't even see a lot of chaos. But when we get together, let me tell you something. That'll be a perfect place where everybody can get their trailer or their home built, or they get whatever they want built, and they have their own little space for land and to grow. But because of the type of people we are, it won't work. And the sad part is about it. They're trying to build or trying to get something established because someone called them out and asked them, what are y'all doing? Y'all ain't building. And that was Dow called them out. Now they went out there and met somebody who said, okay, here go 109 acres. Y'all can have it. Just, we got to get the type of people we need in here. You can't, baby. You can't even handpick people to come in here inside. Why? Because you're dealing with spirits. You're dealing with spirits. I try to tell my kids, and they're not kids anymore, they're adults, but when I'm communicating with them, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, all their lives, I have communicated with them both ways, the natural and the spiritual. The spirit knows them up and down. Me, I know them up and down. And that's how I know who they are. And I always used to praise the Most High for allowing me to get to know them. And see, how He allowed me to get to know them is to know their spirits. You cannot go all over the United States and Canada and everywhere posting on YouTube, y'all can come get you some land and come live on here and be in peace when you don't know the spirits you're calling in to one place. Even though it's a lot of land, you don't know the spirits of the people. So what do you have to do? You have to first and foremost have a group of praying women. First of all, foremost, a group of praying women that can touch the hem of his garment. And then another thing, you have to anoint the land itself, the whole 109 acres. You got to anoint the land. See, these men don't know nothing about that. See, them women wailing and crying out to the Most High Yah, that can combat any evil and wicked spirit. See, they don't know nothing about that. Because somebody that told them, you're a man, you're a leader, you're the head, you're a king, you're a lion. To where they don't even understand, baby. All of that heaven ain't ran by all that trash. Heaven ain't ran by no lion, no king, no ruler. You think heaven is shaking because you're a king, you're a leader, you're a ruler? You're a man. You see? This is where they've been up. So I look at them and I feel sad because they're so excited. And I can feel why they're excited. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I can feel why they are excited. Because I was excited for them being just excited. Just being excited. But you're not going to be able to introduce this land to any and everybody to come out and think that you're going to bring everybody out to a homeland, a homestead, which is not a homestead, it's a whole, all this land. Everybody would have their own little land, space. You just don't need people to be fighting and fussing or whatever, but you don't know what you're bringing in when you bring Judah in. Like, for instance, one family could be growing one type of vegetables, all kind. Another one could be growing all kind of vegetables. You got another one over here growing weed. You see, to sell on the land. That's the mindset of these people. You don't know the type of spirits you're trying to usher in. So you have to start first and foremost being on one accord. And if you're not, see, you don't have to be on one accord with the way you want to call the name. You don't have to be on one accord the way you want to dress. Okay? You don't have to be on one accord the way you want to do the outer man. But I'm going to tell you one thing. You better be on one accord in the inner man. Because if you're not on one accord in the inner man, you messed up from the flow on up. Can't go in that direction, you guys. And that's where I think the weakness of Judah. And I think that has always been, because they're when it's said that they're stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient, all that is about, they don't like to follow orders or rules. So why would this sister be lying about it? So if they don't like to follow orders and rules from the Most High, what makes you think because you got some land and you're going to offer the land to everybody that it's going to be a place where you're going to have some order? People going to follow some rules. And that's what I feel so sad, because they got what they doing is exactly what Sister Deborah would have desired to do if it would have been the Father's will. That's what I would want to do. I would want to get land and offer it to anybody who wants to come. But before I have anybody coming, there's going to be a 30-day praying. And half of those days, I say 15 days fasting and praying. Another 15 days praying. So it's 30 days praying and half of it fasting. You see? And turning that land back to the Most High Yah, giving it back to Him. Why? Why would you want to give Him the land that He might bless you with? Because if I give it back to Him, then He'll give it back to me holy and anointed and appointed. But see, that's the thing about it. These males, Judah, they're so excited to where they don't know how to put it in order. You first have to put it in order in the spirit. You see? And when you do it every way outside of that, then you're not going to be able to accomplish anything. You're really not. Like Hakeem did. Hakeem went and got land here in Missouri. He was here in Missouri. His home base is here in Missouri. And that was the only Hebrew Israelite group of men that I followed, because that was my hometown, Missouri. So they were gathering probably 40 minutes from where I was residing. And they would get together and I would listen to them all of a sudden, Hakeem, he went all on the deep end with this science and with this all, and then all of a sudden the elders start feuding. They start feuding. The young ones are going up against the elders. And I believe the elders was in the right position. The young ones seems to, Hakeem, he wanted to bring in science books, and all these things about space and the stars. And he has a big black spot right here. And a lot of guys have him on their page as a speaker. Now listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. So he always said he gonna get land and he gonna bring all of his people together. He got land. He didn't bring his people together. He went and started building, growing all kind of herbs and spices on his land. What happened to the people that he was talking he was going for? See, I'm telling you all, people's mouths say one thing, but their spirit of who they are stands for another. So all of a sudden now, guess why? He wants to be another Dr. Savior. So when he was on years ago with honor and humility, he taught Malachi. Malachi was the smartest one on there. He was the one that I was really enjoying his teaching. But when Hakeem put an axe on him, Malachi started flipping all kind of crazy things, going back to the body of the Europeans and all their books. You know, I'm like saying, but I kept saying, Malachi, you better watch out for Hakeem. He ain't who you think he is. So Hakeem broke up the whole group. The elders went one way and they was enemies with the younger. Then Hakeem got the other young one, which was the best one, teacher. He got and broke up from him and went his own way. Where did Hakeem go? He into this thing about healing. You know, he wants to be Dr. Sable. You can't be wanting Dr. Sable and you're a lover of snakes. All his life he loved snakes. You cannot be who you say you are, and you're a lover of the serpents, the snakes. That tells you who you are inside. But I spotted him way before I even found out he dealt with snakes. But I knew who he was, a snake. So now he's growing all kind of herbs, trying to do a Dr. Satan. But guess what he called himself? Elohim. He won't tell you that the Most High is the healer. He said he is the healer. He says he is the healer. And these guys be having him on there and they don't know a rat behind about all these science words he be using, because that's how he wins them over. Like he's so into it, but he's a snake in the grass. Always was. He broke up the elders. He should not have. They still existed. And they were really humble men, you guys. They were really good humble men. But these young cats, they broke it all up. Now all of them gone separated. All of them that used to be together have separated. It's sad. Except for the old heads. The 5 old heads still together like this on YouTube. But Hakeem messed up Malachi trying to hang, and he talking all off the deep end. And I said he didn't axe Malachi. That's what is happening. But I said that when him and Malachi used to be on. I said, Malachi, you don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know who's with you. Because Hakeem, I knew he was going to go there. Now he called himself Hakeem Elohim. Talking about he's a healer. Baby, ain't nothing you growing in no ground. Ain't nothing you have that's going to heal nobody. You might get people's inside to start functioning like it should, but then you ain't got no healing in you. Tell you what, go to the grave, go in that hospital, heal those people. How about that? Go in that hospital with that mess and see if you're gonna heal somebody. See, that's what you ain't gonna take it. You ain't gonna take it there, are you? Nah, you're gonna take it to all these conventions and mislead all these here tribe of Judah, who's these men that are tribe of Judah, easily to be misled. Easily at a drop of a hat can be misled by another brother. And that's something else we got to talk about. Let me put that down here. So these guys are really trying to bring some attention to unlimited potential. And they got 109 acres in, I think it's in North Carolina. Beautiful land, you guys. I mean, beautiful land. And I'm sitting here just saying how beautiful it is, and I'm like, Father, they still don't get it, do it. He said, no, they ain't gonna get it there. Why are you looking for these people to gain some knowledge, some spiritual knowledge in this midnight hour? They ain't even gained me, but you want them to gain knowledge? They don't even want spiritual knowledge, and it's the truth. They don't want the spiritual knowledge. They just want what they want. They want their own self-understanding. And the tribe of Judah is really hung up on this brother thing. And they don't understand. They do not understand. This brother thing is not what you think it is. And they don't, by them not having things in spirit and truth, they don't understand this brother thing that they have detached themselves to. Even when it come down to bashing women and trying to stay in unity against their own females, they hooked up on this brother thing. Let me set you an example. You know how these cops will have a code of silence and they won't tell on each other? Well, this is how Tribe of Judah has done to their families. They gripped a code of silence against toward what? Somebody in the live chat. What do they got? A code of silence toward. Anybody in the live chat? It's one word. Anybody in the live chat? A code of silence the brothers had in this day and time. Anybody? They have a code of silence going on in the Tribe of Judah. It's a code of silence. You know how the cops, they do all this wrong, they've been doing it for years, and it's a code of silence where they don't tell on each other? The code of silence of sin, it's a code of silence that they're silent too. Sin is what they're doing, but what is the code of silence toward? They thinking they doing it to bashing women. They think they doing it to wanting to be a head, a leader, a ruler, a king, a lion. But the code of silence, they're silent because they hold this code, and they are silent toward what word? One word. And that's why they're going to remain perishing all the way to the time when Yah get us out here, and they're going to perish, as said Isaiah chapter 3 and 25. That's a warning from the Most High Yah. Isaiah chapter 3 verse 25 is a warning from the Most High Yah to every woman, every mother, every grandmother, every aunt, every sister, every granddaughter. You see? This is a sign. Isaiah chapter 3 verse 25. Truth is about it. I go with that. I go with truth. But it is called righteousness. They are silent to righteousness. Oh, someone had it. Okay, to righteousness. There you go. Which is the form of a truth. But they are silent to it. They don't care about righteousness. They are silent to that. So they want to, like you said, sin. They want to do unrighteous, which is sin. So they are silent toward righteous. And they don't understand that's what they're doing. Now, let me explain to you why I'm saying this. Because when I see these guys out here, don't get me wrong, it is a beautiful, beautiful land. And when you say 109 acres, you all, everybody can go out there and get a spot. But you're dealing with Judah. You're dealing with Judah. And when you're dealing with Judah, you better have righteous in the front of you, in the back of you, and on every side. So these men, the tribe of Judah, don't understand. You can't unite together until you understand how every table you set at, he has to be called to the center of that table. And if the Most High is not called to the center of that table, not one individual should go before him, before these people. Nobody. And what a lot of them also did, they heard the wolf mouth of dolls said, ain't none of y'all doing anything. None of y'all don't have any land and growing anything. And that caused them to run out and think that they can go get something and be about something. And lots of wives. It is so many things. It's things that they would do out there. You see what I'm saying? And if it has anything to do with the shalom, if it has anything to do with the Most High Yah, you have to do away with all of that because you don't want the chaos brought on the land. When you bring all this chaos on the land, it's not for just you and your wives or you and your family. It's going to affect the whole community that's out there thinking they're in a safe environment. So that's why I said these men don't, the tribe of Judah don't think. You know, they don't have no sense. It just something seems like it's missing, that they don't really think that it's no way the Most High is going to let you rumble in a way that you find pleasure in the way you see it to be, and it's going to turn out your way. Going back to where I started, several people, many people that bought land, they out growing, they out planting, they got animals, they got they building, and they don't understand you building for you and yours. That's what this whole topic was starting off. Me, mine, and we, which is my family. And they don't care at what expense. If they can be on this devil platform for 20 years deceiving you, and you sit here liking them and praising them and glorifying them so they can get a check every month, well, that's how they get. And if they're able to provide, then they'll make more than one page. Same thing with Straightway did, and many others. They got more than one page, y'all, because they're racking money up, deceiving you all. So these guys, they got pages too. And they get checks from YouTube too. They're excited to go on this man's land. They're excited. But to me, y'all gonna be friends 1 minute and enemies the next. Y'all gonna be together 1 minute and trying to kill one another the next. Why? Because see, your whole intent, your whole purpose is off balance. Nothing. You never build on no foundation until Yah, you are fully aware that Yah is in the center. Yah must be in the center of any table coming together for anything that has to do with Judah. So that's my whole idea. That's what I always said. If I had land, I would be out there praying, looking to the sky, laying on the ground, praying to the Most High Yah, waiting for His holy blessing to anoint the place, waiting for Him to fall out on that ground where I would start preparing for others to come out. You don't bring spirit. You don't bring spirit on a land of how would I say it? A wandering land. Because one person can have this type of spirit, the other can have this type of spirit. This person over here, this spirit. All of them role playing like they in one. But when they get there, they start to display who their spirits are. So what do? You go there and you stay there and you pray. You know how Jacob wrestled with the angel all night until you bless me. I wouldn't get up off that land until the Father pour out His anointing. And once I know that His anointing has rest on that land, I can pull anybody in. Because any spirit that's out of order, the land is now anointed. It's going to bring it to the point where you come there, you're going to run back out. Because your spirit going to be battling with that anointing of the Father that sits in the midst. But see, these men don't know nothing about that. Because they have bashed women so long that they don't know how, they don't know they left from their right, they right from their left. They didn't understand why He created her separate and then brought her to Him to be a help meet, to meet the will of His word. Not the will and the pleasure of man, but the will of His word. They don't know nothing about that. They think He created woman for Him and His pleasure. And that's the way they think today. Because they missed it yesterday. These are the sort of mindset you will bring on this land. So these young men, they between 40 and 50, maybe 55, even 60. The person that bought the land, I think he's like 60, probably 65, something like that. But embedded in him because I'm sitting here discerning. I'm sitting here checking him out, saying that's nice of you, but ain't nothing nicer than the Most High in the middle of any and everything. And I didn't get that from them, none whatsoever, you guys, none whatsoever. But guess what I did get? I got the idea of the land, how beautiful it is, and how peaceful it could really be. See, right now I think you got like 7 to 8 people on the land, and they scattered so far you can't even see them. They so far away from each other. You see, to the point where you don't see no chaos going on. But if he's talking about making it a land that the tribe of Judah can come to, and everybody get a space, I would myself. And the only way I would recommend someone going there, if these brothers would do it in decency and order, and put Yah in the center, stay on that land 30 days, praying and fasting, uniting, building fires, and standing there and praying and glorifying and magnifying Yah in the early morning, in the midnight hour, and I mean, just giving him all the glory that he may pour out. He said, when praises go up, blessings come down. See, these men don't know nothing about that. See, they don't know nothing about that. See, they think it just, we the kings, we the leaders, we the rulers. We got land, we grow, we can do this, we the leaders, we are men. No, baby. Kick rocks. That's not it. Because in Yah, there's no real anointing. In Yah, it's a spirit that he's seeing you. It's image that he's giving you. And I can guarantee you it's not a man. It's a spirit. It is his image, his likeness that he give you, along with his bride. So he ain't caught up in, I'm a man, I'm a king, I'm a leader, I'm a ruler. He truly is a ruler. He truly is the king. But you don't hear him whooping and hollering, saying he is. And these flesh of a men down here acting up, cutting up from the floor. I'm a man, I'm a king, I'm a leader. What makes you a man? What makes you a king? What makes you a leader? You're a man because you was born to be a man. Why don't you act like one? You see? So I sit back and I say, okay, I feel sad for them. They missing the picture. Who goes out and get this land and not have a better plan? Ain't no plan better than having the Most High in the midst of it all. And I was telling 2 ladies that came, a lady and her daughter, to visit me here in Missouri. They came to stay here where I'm at in my house, and they was 2 YouTubers, and I was explaining to them if I had the land, I would lay right on that land. And I was out at the park, and I showed them how I would lay down, and I would look in the heavens, and in the sky it would be, but I would feel like I was looking up in the heavens, just constantly asking the Most High God to bring and pour out his anointing. Before I bring anybody to that land, Father, you're going to need to help me, first and foremost. And pour out your anointing on this land. So anybody come up on it, they're going to say, okay, we going to go back. We'll see y'all later. It's anointed to have that type of power on that land. These men don't know nothing about that. See, these men don't know nothing about that. They don't know how to do that. And that's why they need a praying, a willing, the daughters of women, a wealthy that cries out, plead to the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Then you need another group that are a group of at least 6 or 7 prophets. Okay? Prophets along with prophetess. If you don't have a prophetess along with the prophet, get your tail somewhere and sit down. When he looked at Adam, in that garden he put him in, oh, wait a minute, Deborah, that don't look good. It is not good that man be alone. So what makes y'all think that y'all can get into a group and not have a woman in the midst? You are not feeling the order of his will according to his perfect way. How you like me now? But they want to run around here and put women on the back burner. You put on the back burner, that's why you on fire. And you wonder what's going on with you right now. A lot of you ain't wondering. You've been out there for so long. Satan got a hold of you. He got you not even knowing your left from your right. And you definitely don't know the Most High Yah, because if you knew him, you wouldn't be acting a fool out here. That's to tell you the truth. Shame the devil if you really ask me. But
so what does she mean by that?
yes, I am a biblical Israelite. I believe in the Bible. I believe in the content thereof. But let's make this very clear as well. That's my personal beliefs. I'm on a new level right now. And this level is beyond my personal beliefs. You understand what I'm saying? My personal beliefs doesn't matter in this situation. Because we're building a community that has nothing to do with, a religious belief, personal beliefs.
What's up? Welcome back to the channel. So most of us probably already know that you don't ever want to separate the Most High in Christ from anything that you do in this life. And this video is meant to be no disrespect to Nubred and Ringo. I never personally thought I'd be making a video about them, but I'm here to speak the truth. I'm not here on YouTube to make friends, so I'm gonna pretty much do whatever it is I believe the Most High is telling me to do. And throughout the course of this video, we're gonna evaluate some of the different things that they've been saying and doing. And I'm going to give a further breakdown of why I believe it is very possible that the devil is deceiving them and possibly helping to lead them astray. And these next clips are going to prove that them being a part of this land is already causing them to break some of God's commandments. And at first I thought some of these videos were pre-recorded and they were just putting them out on a later date, but after looking into it more, you can clearly see that a lot of these things happened on that 27th of April, which was on a Sabbath day.
Yeah, shout out to Macy's, for real. They did a great job, the lady downstairs. Now I'm talking about what it is, we got his stuff right there. You know what I'm saying? Ringo got his stuff right there. Getting something for this lady, his wife. You know what I'm talking about? It's your boy Ringo. We at the dealership right now. Gonna pick something up. Looking at this model right here. We out here at the dealership. This is a 2024 Ford Explorer ST. I like this. Because they got it in red. I don't really like the red though, man. I mean, it's alright. What y'all think? Red, white? Because I'm like, the white look mean, yo. The white do look clean, but it's a little bit dirty. It get dirty. Yeah, you get a thing. What you want to call it? A monthly thing, because I got one in Florida. It's 20 of them. You have it here. But you got a thing from outside. Stop. Hide.
So yeah, of course, I could always be wrong, and I actually hope I am wrong, but I have no choice to believe that all that took place on the Sabbath day. Because like we seen, Nubred did a live stream in the morning on the Sabbath day, and we see him with the same outfit at the dealership and at the mall. But Ringo's gonna go into a little more detail to confirm it even more.
So they're trying to push this narrative of, he knew where y'all were because he saw Nubred when he streamed in the morning. Fam, it's after 12 midnight. Why is he here? Why he didn't come through in the daytime? Because he already knew where we were. Because Rollo was showing him where we were the whole day. He showed when we was at the dealership. He showed when we was at the bowling alley. He showed when we were shopping at Macy's. He showed every damn thing. Are y'all not seeing this? Remember the text messages? Dude has a car. He drives Rollo around, y'all. Don't put the puzzle together. Do Rollo look like he's flipping out? No, you heard me flipping. Because it's like a demon was in that dude coming at me. Why? Because I was taking care of major business, guys. We're talking about purchasing an entire automobile in one day. We're talking about settling situation with some property in one day. We're talking about doing various other business in one day. You know how much business I accomplished in one day, bro? In one day, I accomplished so much business that it take for other brothers to accomplish in a damn year or two. I did it in one day.
Alright, so I had to make sure I went into detail just so people can see for sure that all of this took place on the Sabbath day. And this is one of the main reasons I believe that the enemy is possibly deceiving them. Because if the Most High in Christ wants you to start something, it's not going to start off by causing you to break God's commandments. And these men have been on YouTube for a long time. I mean, Ringo makes it very clear that he's been on YouTube since 2006, if I'm not mistaken. I think Nubred has been on YouTube since '09 or somewhere around there. But it's very clear that they know the scriptures and they know that these are things we're not supposed to be doing. And it's unfortunate because people can see that who follow them and people that are in the truth, and they can think that we're supposed to be doing those type of things on the Sabbath day, or that it's okay that we're doing it because they're doing it, and that's definitely not the case. And it definitely leads me to another question because, they're basically saying that the land is separated from their spiritual beliefs. So does that pretty much mean that when you're on the land, or everyone who's on the land is going to work on the Sabbath day, since they're so-called separating the spiritual aspect of it from the land? And if that's the case, that means that everybody on the land is going to continually be breaking the commandments of the Most High every Sabbath day. So there's a lot of confusion and there's a lot of unanswered questions. And I know they recently were talking about YouTube Pharisees and things of that nature, but you're not a Pharisee or hypocrite or overly righteous or anything like that if you're questioning on these things, whether you're a creator or just watching their videos, because again, we all know that these are commandments, these are not optional. And I know there may be some people watching this right now who maybe work 9 to 5 or whatever the case is, and you literally cannot get the Sabbath day off. Of course, we're still in the land of our captivity and things are very difficult for us. So I'm definitely not telling anybody to quit their job or anything like that. I would recommend that you try to talk to a supervisor or manager and really see if you can get the Sabbath day off, or make plans to eventually leave that job if you can. Everybody's situation is different, but going to the mall and shopping and buying cars and doing all that is a totally different thing. And especially when you start your own thing and you're choosing to work on the Sabbath day, that's a totally different story than someone who has no choice but to work on the Sabbath day. So I just wanted to put that out there because, of course, Ringo and Nubred are mostly considered teachers of the children of Israel. So they're definitely held to a higher standard, as is anyone else who is a so-called teacher on YouTube or anywhere teaching it and speaking about the gospel. But I'm going to go to the next clip because it's going to further prove that there's a lot of contradictions and there seems to be a lot of confusion, which again leads me to believe that the devil is possibly behind all of this. Now, of course, I'm not saying that Ringo and Nubred are of the devil, but what I'm saying is the enemy is very, very crafty, and there are certain times in life, through my personal experiences and through experiences I've seen through others, where you may be thinking you're doing the right thing and you may really have good intentions, but the devil is behind that, and there's going to be a time and a place where you realize that the devil is behind that, and you're going to have to make a decision on what you want to do, because depending on your decision, it's going to determine if you're following the Most High or if you sold your soul.
Like, why do we have to debate on new Sabbath, so this, so that, and the third? Let's get the job done. Right? Like, haven't we had enough of that by now? Like, at what point do you say, I'm pretty much fed up with, debating scripture all day? You know what I'm saying? Let's put something into place, because, a lot of camps, congregations, and so forth seem to identify themselves by the curses. When the blessings won't come in, we're going to be the lender and not the borrower. So it has to come a time where these commandments pay off, and as well as has to come a time when we put our egos and all that pride to the side and really start to work together. You know what I'm saying? And gather. Real talk.
Okay, so on one hand, they're talking about this land has nothing to do with the Most High and with Christ, and that it's pretty much just strictly business. But then they're also talking about this land can be a blessing, and that it's time for us to receive the blessing from the Most High. So it doesn't work both ways either. You're saying the Most High and Christ are involved and you're following His law, statutes, and commandments, or it's strictly business. But one thing that I think most of us can agree on through biblical and historical history is that the Most High does not bless His people when we allow any and everybody to be around us, and when we think that we and other people can do whatever it is that we want to do.
So we will be creating different streams of revenue that will include becoming self-sustainable, self-efficient, and it will be very needed in this day and age, in this time. You can come regardless of your personal beliefs, your religious background, your upbringing. We welcome all people. I say again, we welcome all people to get involved.
So yeah, according to that statement, that means that witches and warlocks are welcome there, atheists, other streams that there may possibly be actors there and actresses and politicians. I mean, it just does not seem like a righteous place to me, but that's just my opinion. But I'm going to read this verse really quick. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. And it goes, "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness?" So yeah, the Bible is very clear about that. But of course, a lot of us who may live in apartments or houses, or you have to go to different jobs, for the most part, you're not going to be around people who think the same as you and who have similar beliefs. But it doesn't mean you're in agreement with those people just because you live by them or you have to work with them. But when you're going out your way to build a land with these people and possibly live on the land as well, I know he said you don't have to live on the land, but a lot of people are going to be living on the land from my understanding. That means you're in agreement with what is going on and what their lifestyle is. And I mean, I know a lot of us have recently seen the situation with Straightway and how Pastor Dow got exposed for doing certain things. But it's very similar to living on the land of Straightway. I mean, if you live there, whether you're a pastor or elder or just a regular person living there, you're in agreement with everything that's going on there by default because you chose to go to that place and to be under that authority. And from what I've known of Ringo and Nubred over the years, none of this truly sounds like them. That's why it definitely made more sense when it was real that they do have a land purchaser.
We have to come as men and say, hey, this is the plan that we have. This is the proposal that we have on the table. This is the budget that we've raised for this particular project. Because again, we're not the primary owners of the land. There is a land purchaser, and based off of what he said, that the land belongs to the people.
Alright, so at this point I have no idea who the land purchaser is. I don't know his beliefs or what his race is. But we know throughout history, especially being in America, that our people have been taken advantage of time and time again, whether it be through music, sports, inventions, whatever the case is. Our people get taken advantage of, and there's usually somebody who does not look like us who's behind it, who is making the majority of the money, and using our people to promote certain things because we are the most gifted people on the earth spiritually and physically, and we are the biggest influencers on the earth, so they always need people who are so-called black to go out there and do the work for them pretty much, and we've seen it time and time again. Now, like I said earlier, I do not know what race this land purchaser is, but again, I definitely do not believe, even if he is a so-called black man, that he's not somebody who's in the truth and who follows the Most High and follows Christ, because if that's the case, there would be a set order in his land and you would have to follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. And I'm not saying that the land purchaser is making these people do or say anything, but I'm just saying it seems very strange that some of them are publicly coming out and talking this way.
This is somewhere where you can really take advantage of a great opportunity in a time where there's a lot going on in the world, but if you focused on your business and your mindset is right, this is something you should want to be a part of. We welcome all people who are just like-minded, and I just wanted to put that out there. Do you have any closing sentiments?
Yeah, no, I just think that the headline that you put, is so poignant right now in this day and time. As far as not being a part of the Israelite community, I know it's not a surprise to many people here, but I too am renouncing my affiliation with the Hebrew Israelite community for various reasons. That doesn't mean that I don't know who I am. That doesn't mean that I don't know what my responsibility to the Most High is. I still stand on all of that, but I do not stand with people in the Israelite community for a number of reasons. The Hebrew Israelite religious community, I would rather say, and just to correct things and make things clear. I'm not a part of any kind of religious movement, community, not a part of any of that. I'm a brother that's out here just trying to live the highest quality of life that I can live for my father and for my family and for the people around me, and that's just all there is to it. So absolutely, I'm with you, brother. I'm renouncing any affiliation with all of that. As of today, people know I've been on that for a minute as well. I just haven't said it as clear as that. But I thank you for your boldness, Brother Nubred, and prayerfully, a lot of other brothers and sisters will get that memo and pull away from the community as well. I've been around this community for long enough to know that it just hasn't been fruitful, and I don't want to be a part of anything like that. So.
Bitcoin is freedom. No central authority controls it. So unlike with banks and credit card companies, you don't need approval to use it. And no.
Now, let's get into some of the updates. Do I need to further explain? Let me stop. Let me slow my roll for a minute. Now, I'm going to give you my reasoning for not being involved in the Israelite community as well. Right? Here we go. Because with this land initiative I'm working on, I've learned that what I've learned is that it makes more sense to outsource. It makes more sense to deal with the professional.
You hear what he's saying? It makes more sense to outsource.
Now, for Nubred, it makes more sense to outsource because I believe these guys are both disgusted and envious of Pastor Dow. Because the root of polygyny is evil, and it attracts other evil spirits. I have said it before that Dow is the face of polygyny. Now, these hypocrites criticized him for making sure the women have no contact with the outside world and they don't have any jobs or any merit of their own. Okay, but if they had the choice, they would do the same thing. Alright, they're just too lazy to do so. I mean, these Negroes have never built what Dow is built, so they don't know the level of fear and the level of temptation that he faces. Now me, I can criticize Dow for his adultery because I have been consistent and firm that polygyny is of the devil. But guys like Nubred and Ringo are trying to build something because they're envious of the kingdom of Dow. They don't want to do the real work that he did, understanding that this is a 57-year-old man. It took years for him to build straightway. Alright? For them, it just takes too much time in this world of social media where things are just moving so fast. So they turn to white daddy so he can micromanage what they can and cannot say. I believe Dow has a fear of paying child support and alimony. He don't want to lose all his years of hard work. Now, I'm certainly not justifying him taking another man's wife. I'm just conveying to you the roots of polygyny, why it is so evil, and the rabbit hole of sin that it just sends you down. Alright, and this is something that I said in the first video that I did about Pastor Dow last year. I believe his doctrine was submerged by seducing spirits because he wanted rewards for his hard work. And to him, the scriptures was not fulfilling that void that he had. Now, I do believe how Pastor Dow studied scriptures about Esau having to serve Jacob. And from what I can see, Pastor Dow has white men working for him. Okay, he's independent with black men in his inner circle. I do not believe he trusts the white man like that. I mean, he resides in a very racist city. But these Negroes, Nubred and Ringo TV, they're going to work for white men. And they're going to accept his statutes and commandments.
I could find outside investors, but they're not going to tell me and give me stipulations that I can't run my community based off of God's law, statutes, and commandments, and I have to put my beliefs to the back burner and then allow all these races in this community because it's being funded by. This is why I'd rather say let's just try to piece it together and have our own community with what we have. Because if you go to these other races, these other ethnicities, for the money and for the investment, they're going to have a say in what goes on that community. So I do get that, but never will I say, oh, since the white man invested in it, let them come, let them worship Satan.
Right. How dare you open the door for the heathen to worship Satan, and then you forsake the laws and statutes of the Most High to sell out? It makes no sense for your soul.
Now, I don't know if this is true, but UNY was something that he was a part of. Now, Tim says people that donated to UNY never got their money back. Now he's not a part of it. Be wise, y'all. Look, I ain't got nothing to say to these stupid ass Israelites. They want to go there. Invest. Just remember, on April 23rd, 2024, at 7 p.m. Eastern, Deacon Shikari told your stupid ass.
Respect to you all for giving me certain information and all of that. So let me first start by show some respect for the people who are showing help, you know. Let me see. Quincy Youngblood Judah says, I knew you was a fraud. Let me get you up out of here.
Whoever Quincy Youngblood Judah, all praises to Quincy Youngblood Judah. We love you, brother. Come over here. We're not scamming you over here, brother.
Oh, I'll be blocking these people left and right. All you religious folks, you're going to get blocked. All you people who don't understand business and growth and don't understand what's going on right now, you will be blocked. And listen, you know the crazy part, y'all? I didn't even tell you why I'm not a part of the community yet. I haven't even gave my reasoning yet. I haven't even given y'all a reason. And already, I'm going to get attacked by these crazies who in their Bible all day but ain't building nothing.
No, you're not in your Bible enough. So much to the point where you and Ringo TV miss the layups in the scriptures. You do not even believe Jesus Christ is God, dude. So Satan will gladly open doors for you through a godless heathen because he shares the same sentiments and is incredulous to the deep things of God like you are.
The Messiah himself being the chief cornerstone. Listen to this, Nubred. Because you were in here earlier. I hope you're still in here listening. Verse 21. In whom all the building, you said the word building, building fitly framed together, groweth unto an holy temple in the Lord. I'd rather build God's house any day over than a all-inclusive, all races, pagans, all beliefs and religion community. Verse 22. In whom ye also are builded together for an habitation of God through the Spirit. Now guess what? He thinks he can escape the curses. See, we're building, Deuteronomy 30 says, when we teach our people to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, then he will end our captivity. Did you know that was in the Bible? Deuteronomy 30 and 3? It didn't say when we build a community in North Carolina, he was going to end our captivity and bring us back to the land. It says, Deuteronomy 30 and 2, when we return to him and obey all that he commanded Moses that day, that's what it says, and our children with all our heart and all our soul, then the Lord will turn our captivity and bring us back to the land. What's more important?
Exactly. I also believe this is a word for Esau to turn away from his wicked ways, because the strangers that the scriptures speak of are talking about Esau, Edom, whom are the Gentiles, and all the other pagan practicing races of people on the earth. As I have stated before, the earth is a lease agreement. God is the landlord, and right now, Esau's name is on the lease. God has ordained for the stranger, who is Esau, to be above Jacob for a time until the Most High returns and makes the heathen our servants. It's written in the scriptures. Blessed are those who wait on the Lord. For Israel, this is a trying time right now because the Most High had to humble our people. Although he said one nation shall be stronger than the other in Genesis 25, the fact that we are far stronger, to see them up over us is like an insult to us. And that was done intentionally by the Most High.
But to say the Bible and God and being a Hebrew Israelite is my personal beliefs, and this community is outside of that and beyond that is going to have nothing to do with that, that's off, that's wrong. That's evil. Now, let's say, we can't escape the curses of Deuteronomy. We wouldn't need a Savior. The Savior is coming to take us and get us from under the curses. Right? Now, let's say he starts this community, and then he said all the heathens are allowed, all non-Israelites are allowed, all other races are allowed. But look what it says. Now watch this. I want to know if he's going to be able to escape these curses in that community. Deuteronomy 28 and 43. Deuteronomy 28 and 43. The stranger, you said the non-Israelites can come in there, right? The stranger that is within thee, in your community, in your land, shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. So you want these heathens and these strangers to be in your community, as if you're going to escape the curses. They're going to end up running that community. You're not going to put them in their place and tell them, I'm an Israelite. If you're in this community, thus saith the Bible, you serve the Israelites. You're inferior to the Israelites, thus saith the Most High. If I get a community, all you non-Israelites can be there, but you're going to be in chains. Period.
Now, Deacon, that's why I said they're covetous of Pastor Dow, because they see a bunch of white men taking orders from him. Remember, they once supported Dow. He's the one who inspired them to do all of this building, but they just don't want to do the hard work. I believe Pastor Dow is intentionally that white men work for him. Okay, you got to understand, this is a man who probably witnessed all sorts of racism while he was in the military. I mean, he's a different kind of breed. Now, Deacon, I said this because you mentioned that you are not familiar with the latest situation that Val has been accused of and all that's come out recently.
Again, we're not dealing with a religious group. Please, I need you. This is what I need y'all to do in the chat. Damn. So all that person said was, what about the second Exodus? You're talking about this community and we're going to be able to pass it down from generation to generation. Do you not think we're at the end of the world? Now, I know some people might have thought that 100 years ago, maybe even 50 years ago. But damn, we're right on the brink. And all you had to do was say, yeah, there will be a second Exodus. But until then, we're going to do this. You didn't. It's like, nah, we're not worried about no second Exodus. I understand that y'all been, let me just stop here at phase 3 and just explain something. I understand that I've been an active person in the Israelite community for a number of years. And this may be an abrupt change in my direction. But I need to make this very, very clear. I need you all to separate church and state. I need you all to understand that this is business. This is something that, this is me selling my soul. Because of the money, I'm suppressing my so-called religious beliefs. Damn.
Put on the land, you can put your proposal on the table. It's no more, Nubred, you need to do this. You with Desire, you need to do that. If y'all gonna roll this out, y'all should do it like that, or y'all should do it like this. This is for collaborative growths. Do you understand me? So if you have a proposal on the table, you would be able to chalk that out and we can negotiate your proposal. Professionals handle building and large-scale framing tasks, while the community, including the Nubred .love supporters, support these efforts through volunteer work and fundraising.
You niggas gonna go out there and end up in slavery. Oh shit, now look. He said it at the same time as me. Nah, bro said it at the same time as me. All you stupid ass Israelites, I pray, just go out there. There's gonna be some white man waiting out there to put all you niggers in slavery. Watch. Me and Robert Henry was thinking the same thing. You guys gonna pack all your shit out there. There's gonna be white people waiting out there to put your stupid back in slavery. Dummy.
Exactly. While these Negroes trying to separate church and state, some white man is there ready to put you Negroes back in real chains, playing with the Most High. You see, it's Negroes like this that are why we're under the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Because God said you are a stiff-necked people. Okay, you're very stubborn, very rebellious. Okay, you sell your soul, sell your own people out. But anyways, that's all I'm going to make on this matter in the time being. Don't let your flesh.
Yeah. Well, you see, I played both. See a running video about them doing the land, and the different commentators talk about what is, and you decide between what Ringo and Nubred is doing. And I played the woman and what she said. So I played her first because it was lead to what was being said. That's why I led with her. And so now those who see this video, your spiritual eyes is going to be open, just as these men are giving their point of view. And those who disagree with all three people, and it is what it is. But hey, I gotta go with the word, man. I have to go with the word of God. At the end of the day, everybody got their own opinion, but I kind of strongly agree with the woman when she said you have to have someone to pray. That's just wisdom. You have to have someone to pray when it comes to something like that. When you bring in different people in from all over, she was absolutely right, and that's what These videos back up what the other two guys are saying. But hey, we'll see what time goes out between what Ringo and Nubred and the other people do on their land. So, hey, you'll see if it all this come to pass. Remember this video and remember their videos, what they told you, and watch. If it's chaos on the land, and once it just get chaotic, watch. Look for future videos from Ringo and Nubred. It wasn't just Rollo and Pastor Dow. It's gonna be some more drama. Watch. It's cool now, but it's coming somewhere down the road because the reason why I said the way they mentioned it as they were going and thinking just like that. Just think. And wow. But that, yeah. And they got some different perspective on, Ringo's right at time. I give him credit in certain times in the word. But when I really sit down and listen to him, it seemed like with the word, he used a lot of, then he said, well, I just got to keep it real. Well, I got to just keep it worldly. And then he go, he can't say intimacy. He can't say it in the kingdom way. It got to be so derogatory with the term. I put her in her behind. And I go so deep in her body and stuff like, whoa, man. And I mean, it gets real graphic with it. And that's so-called trying to keep it real. But it's like, it's not keeping it. How can you say you keep the kingdom when you sound like the worldly person? That delivery is kind of way out of pocket. Like you said, if I have intimacy with a woman, everybody know what intimacy is, or sexual relations with the woman in the bedroom. That's kind of proper to say like that. Not, oh yeah, this, and man, when we get in the bedroom, boy, you should see how far I go with her and everything. We don't need anybody to have sex. We get the picture, but man, it seems like with Ringo, he likes to go really in the depth, so you can hear that worldliness kind of out of him. When sometimes I sit back and listen to how he talk, he knew some scriptures enough. He's very swift with that, but he with Nubred, I give him that. But with Ringo, he got that worldliness in him. And with you can keep it real, but keep it real in the Father. And sometimes you have to. This is my personal opinion. When you present yourself, because you got to respect the scriptures, and when you're teaching the scripture, people want to see the ambassadorship of the king, and the king don't have to use that kind of language. The king, and we are the ambassadors of the king. We should speak like the ambassadors of the king, not the ambassadors of the world. See, when people see that you're set apart, your language set apart. I mean, every now and then, something will kind of, we get our emotions, we get angry, and we let words slip. But people are watching who have discernment with the Father. There are people that are watching these videos that have discernment. That they can siphon that worldliness out and have the spirit of the Most High in. It sounds like that's how Miss Deborah is. So, so when she sees that in different individuals, even these other guys, sound like they have the spirit of, and you can tell how the way they presented, it was kingdom. It wasn't derogatory. It was certain things, but someone got that little bit of worldly talk, but it's not. It's so. It's like, hey, when you talk about intimate with the woman, get all graphic with how you gonna do the woman and everything. We know all that. You don't have to go and stand there to just, hey, I just have to keep 100% real. Well, that's why the devils in the world and other people are attracted, because what you spit out, the world hears it, but they don't see the difference with the kingdom and the worldly person. Think about that. That's all I'm just saying. But when a person from the world hear it, they recognize their own attitude. And even some of the guys, even though the one guy is kind of a little worldly, but then go really worldly. But Ringo, he gets really worldly with his words. At the same time, trying to teach holiness and righteousness according to the word. This is the reason why there's another spirit teaching in what Miss Deborah was saying and what the other guy was saying. Let you be the judge. But hey, however it works out, we're gonna see. I'm like that's my commentary too. I'm just sit back in the YouTube clouds and let's see how this gonna work out. So, all right, then you just pray for them and pray for everybody, and that whatever the Most High revealed to you, that it'll work out. Because when they get on that property, it's gonna be a whole lot of mess. And Ringo and Nubred saying everybody's welcome. Think about what Miss Deborah said. All right, then. Take care. Be blessed.